welcome back to the channel. It's Daniel from Ashville, and I'm in Bazza's workshop. I come up to see my pal.
What are you up here for?
Can't really talk about that, but Bazza and I are working on something together I'm really excited about. And to be fair to Bazza, Bazza's come down to me many a time, and he's helped me out many a time, so I thought I would take the 4-hour journey. 4 hours! I thought I would take the 4-hour journey and come and see me pal, WELDERFABBER.
It's a tough one, isn't it? That wait till you drive back tonight. Are you staying up here?
No, I'm going to drive back.
You're going to drive back?
Plenty to do, a lot going on.
Yeah. So we have a lot going on in this chapter with the hangar door, yeah, but we're not going to talk about it. We're not going to talk about it, are we?
No.
You're not finished though, are you?
We're just getting started. If you've seen Layer Cake, yeah, he says, you're not getting out, you're just getting in. This monkey business is in your blood. Keeping it quiet and keeping it private for a little while, and then I'll come back with a bang. But I'm definitely working with Bazza, because he is the man that can, and he is a man that always delivers. And when I was stuck, Bazza was a man who came and helped me out as well, and I don't forget it.
Don't be sending me DMs what we're up to, because I ain't telling nobody between me and Dan. Yeah? So let's get on with the chapter. The welding's about to begin.
Enjoy the video, guys.
All welded up, all the faces that you can see. We'll cap that. And the truss has stayed with a nice little bow in it as I wanted to. If you think about it, when the rams are pushing from each side, you don't want that sagging in the middle. I prefer it to be bowing that way than the other way. So as I've just moved the trestles out to the outside, I now know that that truss is going to stay like that. Frank, just climb on there and walk to the front side of this. Yeah, walk it if you can, yeah. Just be steady. Just walk to the front end. You're about centre there. Yeah, come on, keep going. Right to end. Yeah. Stay there. Bounce on it. Bounce. Yeah. Come on. Yeah, bang on. So all I'm looking at there is to see when you got pressure on it from the rams, and if there's a bit of wind pushing against it. You know, so it's not, we're well in tolerance there of what I wanted it to be. So I'm well happy with that. So now we're just sorting the hinges out. Basically just two pieces of tube, one that goes inside the other. We're going to have to alter the top angle iron a little bit just to suit with hinges, because I've not allowed enough for the gap that we've got up there. So I've got 130mm up there. I could have done with more, really, but I couldn't get any more because of the height of the heli. Yeah, so I didn't want to lower that box down anymore. Otherwise, it'd be too low for the helicopter to come in. So we're just going to cut the top angle down slightly to allow the hinges to allow the door to go up a little bit more, because the hinges are a bit bigger than I originally thought. We'll get that cut down, get the little hinges tacked on, get it out, get it hooked up to that box section. And then we'll weld the back side once it's actually hung up off the box section. Well happy with that. Well, that went as smooth as it could possibly go. We've got 20mm packers under each side in the centre. We've got a 50mm gap here and a 50mm gap bang on 50mm at the other side. And then there's an angle line to go on here that'll seal against that box section. Yeah, all the way down there. Got 10 hinges on altogether at the top. With grease nipples. Right, Carl's dropped his screen. And it's starting to rain. Look at our nibble lad there, look at our nibble lad. Prop 'em on these. Oh, we've got a bang on 50mm here. Belting little set that, brilliant. So we're just going to get a few welds on these and then I'm going to open it up. Just open it up with a forklift. Lee's been down from DC Reynolds to check where we're putting the power pack and the pipes. So it'll just be an up down button. It's going to go in this corner here and we'll run the pipes up that box section and run the pipes along that box section at the top. So the rams and the electric box are almost ready, perfect timing. So it's gone really smooth this, to be fair. Just hope there's no problems when we do attach the rams. That took a bit of figuring out, getting them ram positions right. Well, let's see if they're right when it opens. We need that door to be bang on 90 degrees once it's open. Here's a little push. Okay. And there we have it. It's opening. Well, happy with that? You happy with that, Cal?
Bang on, isn't it?
Bang on. So it's just below 90 at minute, so we want it to go just past 90 really. But there's a little bit of timber up there that's catching on that we'll have to take down. So the hinges will allow it to go past 90 degrees. So there's quite a bit more work to do yet. But I just wanted to get it lifted up and see how she looks. Weather keeps coming back and forth with us. See all the hinges up there? All the grease nipples so we can grease them up. And there's the main man. Main man. Dibs. So I'm just leaving Callum and Frank finishing off the little finishing touches on the door, and I've called in at DC Reynolds to see me pal Lee. How are you, mate?
How's it going?
So the rams are ready.
Done.
How perfect timing's that?
A bit ahead of schedule, if anything, really.
Way ahead of schedule. Way ahead of schedule. So we've got the perfect stroke there, and they're tested now then.
Tested, blade up, done, sorted.
Boxed.
Yeah.
So we shall put these on in the next day. Well them Lee, don't they?
He's alright, Howard does.
Does he not want to come on camera, Howard does? Oh, there he is,
He's a
look.
bit shy, he's not had his haircut this week.
Is he not?
Huh? I reckon it's pay-rise material.
I do, does.
Edit.
Huh? It's not until you log to box them off, has it? Huh?
How is it? Couple of days.
Couple of days. So what weight will they push?
We worked, pressure dependent, but we worked it out. It was 4.55 tonne depending on what we set pressures at. But,
Yeah.
and obviously set the relief valves up. Yeah.
So plenty then.
Plenty,
more
yeah.
more than what we need.
Unless
Yeah.
the door's made out of lead, you should
The door's probably going to weigh about 700, 750 kilos. And when it's on that pivot point anyway, it's not going to be that.
Splitting the load, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's just when it gets to that point over centre and then it finishes off shoving it up.
Right, so that's sound then. Are you coming out to site to fit these yourself?
Yeah,
forward?
Monday morning, yeah, a couple
Yeah.
of them will come sort it out.
Right, sound. And we're boxing it there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have got the top ram bracket welded on. It's just the bottom ram bracket we're going to put on the door when Lee turns up on site. How did you get on with that job for Westfield for me?
Done.
Oh, done.
Sorted.
Sound. So I'll take them now. So whilst you're piping this up, I'll get Cal to make the hanger bracket for the cracker for Westfield Tree Services. Bang on, so we can sit our flag onto there.
Put your flag on there.
Yeah.
They're the 9-tonner pins and they're your 13-ton.
9-ton machine, 13-ton machine, dumbbell pins we call them, and they're the double bosses. And you'll see that go together very shortly, because that is the next job running through the workshop. We have got a machine being dropped off for a set of track guards, and another little machine being dropped off for some, might need you on that, Lee, as well, some pins and bushes. Yeah. And a rake of other work coming in that we'll go into more detail when it actually comes in. So we'll get these on trailer. I'll see you on Monday.
Sorted.
Before we leave, I might as well show you the power pack that Lee's done as well. Talk about that, Lee.
Yeah, all good. Ready to go. We just need to put our bulkheads in there and come off there with our flexi hoses.
Well, it's just up and a down for Howard.
Up and a down.
Beautiful.
Pretty straightforward. Well, it's not complicated. All the bits are in there. 12 litre capacity. All good.
You're a good job, don't you, son?
We try.
What's all these tractors doing here? Tell our viewers what else you do.
We fix a few tractors as well, don't we? Well, anything in general, really. Yeah.
Good little workshop, isn't it?
That's all right, yeah.
You got some good lads.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very lucky, to be fair.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good team.
Is it mainly John Dee's that you do?
We do anything really within reason, but anything that if it's anything technical like transmissions, if you haven't got the information or the diagnostics for it, we don't really take it on because it's pointless doing something you're not capable of doing. But we'll have a go at it out really, yeah, within reason. So
you thought you'd get your machine shop up and running to basically help out do all bits on these?
Yeah, do all sorts, yeah. We do transmission casings and stuff like that. You refurb them and all bits of stuff. Yeah.
Good to see. Are you busy?
Yeah, really busy, to be fair.
I'm seeing it slow down a little bit.
Slow down?
I'm seeing work slow down a little bit, yeah, because there's a lot of people ringing me for work. Do you know what I mean? See if I can help them out.
Right, yeah.
Do you know, so I'm seeing it within the welding industry, it is getting a little bit quieter out there, I must admit.
Obviously, the agricultural stuff's seasonal. We have seen a bit of a boom through summer, and it does quieten off, but like, because we deal with different industries in like the hydraulics and the fabrication and other what else we do, it doesn't really slow down, it's just busy all year.
Yeah.
Yeah, we get involved, we're looking on everything really.
Good. Let us know in the comments if you think it's slowing down out there, because I'm seeing a little dip. I'm on like a 3 to 4 week lead time now, whereas I'm usually on 6 weeks. So let us know in the comments. So this 225's landed, and it's going to have some track guards fitted to it. We're going to go right through the machine, make sure it's all good. Any pins and bushes need changing, we'll change them. Quick hitch needs shimming, we'll shim it. Buckets, we're going to beef the buckets up so they're a bit more heavy duty. It is going on a job where it's going to be digging a lot of rock. This machine is for a good pal of mine, but it has come from Hurt Plant. We'll put a new turnable edge on that ditcher. We'll put some arrowheads outside and we'll beef it up a little bit more. Riddle bucket's not bad, it's got some new tips on it there for Tura. Track guards, materials in for track guards. I'm going to put a demo screen on top and over the window. Got this little 4-foot bucket here as well that we're going to beef up for it. So we put some gussets in to stiffen them hangers up. I think this is a Strickland heavy duty bucket with these coming on it and thicker wear bars on the underside. It is a fairly new bucket, it's tapered, And we'll put some wear bars on the inside of the bucket. And we'll try and get some lip protectors over these lips. Change the teeth to some rock teeth. So it is handy knowing lads in the yard. I told them to pick me the best set of buckets out that they could find. And they went, oh, I don't know about that, Boz. I went, don't you worry, just get me the best buckets you can find at yard. Makes it easier for us moving forward with the customer. Just had a little Kubota coming here from AJ Contracting. We've just took the linkage off. We're going to put some new pins and bushes in. I'm going to alter the pin size on that little bucket. I'm going to straighten this little hanger up on this and get some new pins for it. See how the hangers are towing out. We've now got the cracker cradle together. This cradle will fit a 13-ton machine and a 9-ton machine. As you can see, we've got dumbbell pins. That's for your 9-tonner, and then you'll put 2 pins in that size for the 13-tonner. Same as that. And it'll fit nicely on the cracker. And then the boys from Westfield Tree Services are pushing it back for it. We'll roll them on somewhere nice and bonny on the side of the hanger. One on each side there, Frank. Yeah. Leave that as one pass.
Leave it as one pass.
Put a couple more inside. Alright, it'll be alright with one, but we'll need some little gussets here. Yeah. Put some little gussets cutting for that cowlet plasma. Yeah. Yeah, plenty of anti-spatter on them pins. Hopefully they will stay free and loose. You don't want them pins too tight, as they will need to change it as it swaps machine. Apparently they are a good thing, these. Breaking tree stumps apart. So I'm going to try and nip up shortly to see Lee Reynolds and his lads on site up at Howard Stotts fitting the rams and the hydraulic pipes. Or do you want to go up, Cal?
And I can go up and go on the way home.
Yeah, you can go that way, couldn't you? It's not far from Cal's house where Howard's is, so maybe you go up, finish welding them ram brackets on. I'll probably come up because I want to see the door closing against the frame. Today's a really windy day, so we don't want to be opening the door on windy days, as Howard has already put insulation within the door.
Tried to stop painting it and clad it and everything.
He got back yesterday. He's been away Howard for a week. He got back yesterday at like 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and he sent me a picture last night at like 6:30, door fully insulated. They don't mess about, I tell you. So his pal's going to put timber on the front of that door, some treated timber, so it will look quite smart when it's done. So it'll blend in with the truss, the timber on the truss of the front of the building, so it'll all blend in nicely, as you'll see over the coming weeks. And we've got that bucket outside, Frank, or you should jump on that bucket outside afterwards. Yeah, take the pins out, cut the bosses off, I've ordered the new pins and bosses for that bucket. Alright, I just need to order the bits for that little bucket and that machine there, which I'll get on with now. Alrighty, that's where we're up to today. So I just landed back at Howard Stotts and we've got the rams on. Should I say, Lee's got the rams on. Hey, it looks well, Lee, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's right, yeah, looks good.
It looks well. So we've just got an open and a close button. Beautiful. Holds back solid against that frame.
Comes back with a thud, doesn't it? It goes
That's bang on, that.
like a Volkswagen door.
Bang on. Yeah, if we put a little slip of rubber in between that'll seal it nicely.
Yeah.
We'll put rubber along the floor. Put rubber along the floor, and we can put a rubber seal all the way across the top. I mean, it's a very, very windy day outside. You can't feel anything in here.
No, we're not. Yeah, I wouldn't advise opening it anyway.
Yeah, we can't open it fully today, can we, because of the wind?
No.
No. Cal, just open it anyway. Let's see how far. Just take it out a metre or so. Nice heavy duty bracket at the top.
There you go.
Check valve. Very, very important on something like this. Could you imagine if it didn't have check valves on? And one at Parks Blue?
I'd not sleep.
So that's my only concern, but I think I've got a little bit overkill there by tying it into the slab and into the side of the building. We've also tied into 2 beams across the top with that box section, and we've tied into the wall there with them plates. So I'm well happy with that. Howard's well happy with that. Now it's just a case of painting it and timbering it. I think he's timbering it. Cal, is he on the outside? Yeah. So for six days work, not a bad job, that is it?
No. Good job.
Not a bad job at all. I mean, this must be a baby one, really, compared to some.
Yeah, I've heard of like 30 metres wide jobs going on, but I bet there's some flex in them when they go up.
Yeah, I mean, I probably went a little bit overkill with truss up front as well.
Yeah, well, it's better like that than picking it up in pieces, isn't it?
Always better to go a little bit overkill, I'll be honest. Are you happy with it, Cal? Yeah? Yeah. Well, happy with it. We've just got to seal it up. There's a little bit more welding to do here and there. I'm not going to fully weld them ram brackets on until we've got it open and at 90 degrees. I want to make sure it goes to 90 degrees. It should do what we worked out, shouldn't it?
Yeah.
It should do what we worked out. We kind of drawn it out on floor as well, so we knew that it'd go to 90. But you never just know, do you?
No.
Until you actually see it.
No. Give it a
And
whirl.
we don't want to open it today with the wind. Oh, my man's just landed, but I can't put camera on him. Huh? What do you think?
All right.
Looks proper, doesn't it? Huh?
We're getting there, aren't
We've opened it a little bit, Howard.
we? Have you?
Yeah. I'll knock camera off and we'll show Howard how it opens. So what we'll do, we'll come back to this in a couple of days' time when the weather's cooled down a bit. And we don't want to be opening it and blowing these boards out. So there's a plastic skin going on it on the inside and there's timber going on it on the outside. And there's no point trying to open it now and risking blowing them out. We have allowed a bit of movement within the rams. We've got adjustment on the end of the rod if we need to send it that little bit more. So but Howard's going to paint the hangar, paint all the steel frame before the heli comes back. The heli's coming back in about 10 days time. We have got this done a lot quicker than we originally thought. To be fair, it's quite an easy job, to be honest with you. Lee's done a fantastic job there of doing all the piping up and building the rams. So yeah, big shout out to Lee Reynolds for sorting that out at DC Reynolds. Anyone looking for any hydraulics, pins, bushes, rams, he's your man. They also do on-site pipe repairs. If you've got a machine that pipes blows, DC Reynolds is your man again. Lee. They have got site vans, so they can get to you within a fairly speedy time if you're in local to the Preston area. So yeah, well happy with this job, well happy with it. be nice to see some feedback in the comments of what you guys think that we've done this. You know, it's like, it's not something that I've done before, and I don't know if I'll do another one, you know what I mean, you never know. Possibly, but we could send jobs like this to somebody else that I do know, and let them build them, but we'll see. So yeah, we'll come back to this in a couple of days' time. So whilst we're waiting for this horrendous weather to leave us so we can open the hangar door, we built this double hangar for Westfield Tree Services. Double hangar, I mean, it'll fit a 9-ton machine and it'll fit a 13-ton machine just by changing them pins. I call them dumbbell pins, as it looks like a dumbbell as you pull it out. So that's 70mm, step down to 50mm for a 9-tonner, and then you got your 13-ton pins, 70mm step down to 65mm, which one will go in there and then one will go in there to fit on a 13-ton machine. Straightforward enough. As you saw previously, I got Lee Reynolds to do these for us, DC Reynolds, do the machining, and he ordered these from Lock's Profiling. As my little Indian father was on holiday, I thought I'd give somebody else a try doing pins and bosses, and he did a good job and a speedy job with them too. Arvin is actually at the moment just making me some pins and bosses for this bucket. Now this has come from Trevor up in Scotland, Dundee. All the bosses were worn out, pins really worn out. Really sloppy with the pin in it, so the pins were, oh, there's a pin there, can you see? See how worn that pin is? So they've asked for hardened pins, so we're getting hardened pins done for them. That's a 90mm pin, so it'll be good on a 30-ton machine. They're wearing that. One question I did ask him, what's the quick hitch like, or what is the hitch like on the machine? And he says it's really worn, so they're going to replace the hitch when this bucket comes back. So not a big job, just pins and bosses on this bucket. Little excavators come in here for pins and bushes. That's all been stripped down, and we have a little bucket there that needs the hangers changing on it to fit this machine. As that bucket there off this machine, if you can see, the pins are a lot closer together than that one, and it's a smaller diameter pin than that one. So I'll probably better making completely new hangers for that. That hanger's bent, can you see how it's like bent? Bent outwards like that. I can just straighten that up easily with the gas and make a new pin for it. So I've just left the workshop and come over to Arvin's. My little Indian father that's over there on the saw. And I've just sent Frank out to Howard's to do a job on the hangar door. He just wants the track cutting out on the floor that we've left behind as we've fitted the new door. There was a track for the old door, the sliding door that went from one side to the other. Howard wants that cutting out and filling, grouting in. So Frank's gone up there, and I sent Callum out to do a dozer. If you remember a few weeks, maybe a month or two back now, I went out to a dozer and pulled the idler out and welded some plates in it. Now then, they need the opposite side doing, so Callum's gone out to do the opposite side, and I told him to take a camera and get a bit of footage. Who's this, Mum? He don't like being on camera, but he does really. So these are the bosses he's just done for me for that bucket for Trev up in Scotland. With the lock hole in there. Is that a 21mm hole? Yeah? 21mm hole for a 20mm bolt. You don't want too much play within that hole. When it comes to pins and bosses, you want it as tight as possible, really. Here's the pin. One of them, the other one's in back at the fender. That's a hardened pin. As the old ones were wearing down really fast, so we've gone for a harder material. So hopefully this will last the bucket longer. As long as he's changed the quick hitch on site on the machine, these pins will last for years. Years and years. Them pins that we just took out of the bucket, that Frank's just took out of the bucket, have only lasted 12 months, I think he said. How are you doing anyway?
Not bad.
Good?
Keep going.
You busy?
Yeah, pretty good. Keeps us going.
I'll tell you what, it's starting to slow down a bit, isn't it?
People have complained, yeah, but
Yeah.
just being two of us, it's okay.
Yeah, you'll be all right. It's people like us and other welders out there, you know what I mean? It's like, I think the mistake that I've been making is really, it's like, you know when you give work out, let other people go to jobs, yeah?
The pigs.
It's kind of a mistake, innit, in a way, you know, so I'm winding it back a bit now and just slowing it down and just, if I can't do the job, then I can't do the job, can I? You know, it's one of them, rather than trying to do it and, you know, giving somebody else the job and then that somebody else goes back to that job without speaking to me. You know, it's one of them. But work's work, and everybody's got to earn money, haven't they, at the end of the day? So I can't complain and just keep myself and my lads busy. And this mum. I've not seen you for a bit, have I?
Not really. Couple of months now, hasn't it? Last time.
Yeah. So Lee made me some pins. Oh, I've not told you about that.
Who?
Lee Reynolds. He made me a couple of pins because you were on holiday.
Oh.
Yeah, when you were on holiday.
Yeah, he did mention.
I spoke to your son, didn't I?
I think so, yeah. I totally forgot about it.
Yeah. So I'll talk to Arvin about that off camera now. But this is my little Indian farm.
Oh, no.
Right, so I've just arrived at the job in Fleetwood. If you remember this dozer, Baz did the other side a few weeks back because the grease was passing in the piston. You remember that's the one he did. If you can see it under all that clay. Horrible sight, this. Everything's just thick clay everywhere. This side's now done the same on the piston, it's passing the grease, so we're not keeping the tension in the track and it keeps going loose. So we're going to wrap the chain under this end here, back to the blade, pull it out as far as we can get it. Then I've got some material in the van, put a flat bar here somewhere and a piece of angle, maybe a piece of angle inside if we can, just to stiffen it up before it goes back to CAT under warranty. So we'll get this sorted as soon as we can so this machine can get back and running on landfill. Glad I washed my van not long back. For one job. Unbelievable. Right, we'll catch you in a bit. Right, so I've just took the chains off the blade that was pulling the idler out. What we've done is welded a 15mm plate in here and a 12mm plate on the top, so that hopefully it'll limp its way along till, like I say, it goes back to CAT and this machine can go back out. We did get it to go 230mm, so it matched this side that Baz did earlier. Machine driver's happy, he can go back to work, the lads on the site are happy. But you can definitely tell that winter's coming, that's for sure, on this job especially. So I think I'll go to jet wash on the way back to the yard and let this man get back to work.
Back in the workshop with the pins and bosses. The Trev bucket. As it was Trev who organised transport and the job for us to do. think it's come all the way from Dundee. So I'm just going to guide Frank with this now. I've got the pins back as he's cleaning the old hangers up. There must have been some really soft material then to wear down as fast as they did. And it could be down to the hitch as well at the other end. I don't know the condition of the hitch. We'll get a little camera set up on Frank. Time lapsing away. And I'll stop her now and again for a little chat. There's some cracks in that bucket that also need welding up. And I'm just about to start a standalone video on this ripper. I'm going to put a D8 shank on it. There. And I'm going to test my new jacket out. A new 500 amp, beautiful set. Let's see if it welds as good as it looks. And I am going to use solid wire on this ripper. Now then, I did one of these many years ago without putting plates on it, like this has got plates on there. I did one without putting plates on just to see how strong the weld would be. 4 years ago. I'll put a picture on screen now. That's what I did back at Hurt Plant 4 years ago, and it's still on Bake-Up Quarry ripping away now. And the comments that got to say that weld would fail, yeah, your little keyboard warriors, stick to your keyboards, yeah. So this will be a standalone episode. It might have already come out by the time this chapter comes out. I am not sure. That's up to the director. Right, so as I'm filming the standalone, Frank has got the bosses tacked on. But what we're looking for now is everything still quite free once all the bosses are tacked on. So then pins will move. Yeah. And the bolts move within the bosses nice and freely. So what you can do now, Frank, is take it outside, put it on its side, put some preheat into it. You can see how we tapered each one of the bosses. That's for your root run. And then I want 1, and then another 3 on top of that. So you want 6, maybe 7 passes in it. All right, put 6 in it, and then let's see where we're at. All right, so put 1 run round each one first. Yeah, flip it, 1 run round each one, and then you can multi-run it. All right. So it's good that we get the little taper on the boss, so that allows us to sink that root right in there, whereas before they were just that flush then, weren't they? And they just come off easy with a gouger. Yeah, take it out, flip it, all right? That's the ripper complete. D8 ripper shank. There is a standalone video out now on that ripper. The link will be in the description. Let's take a look at this bucket for Trev. I'll call this the Trev bucket. So we put new pin and bosses in, well Frank has. A good job there, Franco. Frank getting better and better as the weeks go by. There's a few cracks to sort out on this bucket. and we're going to stiffen it up with some little gussets in there at each side. We'll inspect the bucket before it gets collected. There's a pin needed there, pin and lock needed within that tooth. And Frank's just setting 2 with another set of track guards. You've got these masters as well now, haven't you?
Everything mastered now.
I wouldn't say that, son, but you're getting there. Yeah. Them t-shirts pretty much sold out.
Did they?
The large and XL t-shirts in them yellow t-shirts sold out, yeah, I'm quite surprised.
Because I look so good, innit?
No, I won't say that. So I'm just going to head over to HML, see our friends at HML Recycling, as Callum is working there on a shredder. There's a big trailer load of glass coming for DTM. Got a big job going on over in Lytham. That trailer is in for repair, but we just sat the glass on it till we get round to doing the trailer.
Right, so I am back at HML Recycling, and I've got 5 of these T-folders to weld on to the drum. So I've actually welded them up this morning, hard face them. I do need to do one more, I've just counted, and there is actually 5 to do on the drum. So I'll do one more of them just before I start chopping these off. I'm going to try and plasma gouge them off the drum. There isn't actually that much weld on them, to be fair. That's not one of the bad ones, to be fair. That just wants to do a small part of the holder welding on. That one there, as you can see, the end's missing. And I think there's 5 total. Well, there is 5 total, 3 on the other side and 1 on another row. So I'm going to finish just hard facing them up. You'll have seen that this morning on the time lapse, and finish that last one, then jump in a plasma, get them off, hopefully get them tacked on by the end of the day. A couple of hours welding in the morning, and we'll rebolt all the teeth back on that have broke off. All the bolts have snapped just like that one there, so they should look like that. So, and then we can see how much hard facing we can get done. I might just do the knives again. That knife is actually broke out of there, so I think Wayne does have a spare. Never did get round to washing the van either, but I'll get it done this weekend. Right, I'm going to carry on and crack on.
Just landed HML Recycling to see the boy, Crowell Cal. What, weren't we?
Replaced a few of them two folders, the actual two folders themselves, and the teeth. Replaced some of the bolts, welded all the nuts on. They keep losing the teeth, you see. So this is trying to eliminate that issue.
They need a lot of maintenance, these really, don't they, if they're getting hammered.
Yeah.
They just get hammered. They just now and
They
again.
get used a lot, but it does have an hard life, like Ali, doesn't it? You know what I mean? People think it's a soft material, it's not.
What are you running there, that ball of wire?
That's the ball of 600.
How's welder running?
Speeds it up, nice and smooth. I've done welding before, I'm with that Cabelco dual shield wire, so not the way that.
Have you got a lot more to do?
I'm just going to do these last few on this side here now, just build them up. Just where the X's are, I'm just going to face on the top of them. And then we're pretty much done. The knives are alright. We've done them previously.
Wait a minute.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where's our pal Wayne?
I've just seen him somewhere. Did he not walk that way? Probably hide. He likes to hide, doesn't he?
Yeah, he likes to hide. When's that van going to get washed?
Home this weekend.
Oh, is there? Look there, look. Proper van. When this gets to a certain mileage, I think I'll give this to a full-time Frankie and get Cal a brand new one. I think he wants the man though, 4x4. And then he'll want the wheels, and then he'll want the light bars, won't he? But he does a good job, so keep your men happy. If we can afford one, we'll get him one. Look at him, off again. Look at him. Did I tell you, Cal, his missus keeps texting me on Instagram.
Sure, keeps texting you.
He still keeps texting me, yeah. So, wait, tell your missus to stop texting me on Instagram, will you? Right, I'll go and have a chat with him. All right. I thought I'd call it at Howard's after leaving Callum at HML and check out the door. Now we've got it open. All this plastic will be buttoned up to the underside, and there will be timber going on the outside like above the door. It's all still to be painted yet. It's got some good zinc paint. There's only that little bit of a truss there that takes any weather, but all the door itself doesn't take any weather at all. Funnily enough, when we're working here, the weather only comes from this side. Never blows in to the hangar. But I'm well happy with that. The truss kept its arch that way, exaggerated with my hand, but it kept its arch. I didn't want it sagging that way. And watching it open then on the button, we had zero movement within the box sections. and any of it, to be fair. The only thing that we're looking into is speeding it up a bit because it's a little bit too slow. So you won't be able to see that, well you might be able to see it, but it's coming down now, and that's the speed that it opens and closes. It takes 2 minutes and 30 seconds to open. So we're going to look at changing the flows. Might need a bigger pump. But me and Lee are looking into that. Lee Reynolds from DC Reynolds, who did the Rams for us, to see if we can get that speeded up. The crusher's having its belt fitted in the background. The heli will land in its original spot as well. It's well clear of the door. Howard's going to get this repainted. But the building is being fully repainted first. The heli's coming home in another week. So the hangar will be painted. We did actually make quite a bit of dust in here when we did the fabrication of the door. So it needed a deep clean, which I think Howard's halfway through now, and the painters are about to come in any day. So yeah, maybe I went a little bit overkill with them base plates and buttoned it down to the building. But you better be going way over the top than not and having issues. Now them resin anchors that we used take some serious tonnage to pull out of the ground. Yeah, so as long as you clean them holes out correctly and use that resin correctly, you'll get a serious pull on the ground. We have some little flat bars to weld on, and we have the ram brackets to fully weld up yet. They're only stitched on at the moment. So I'll get Cal out here to do the welding on that. What a nice little job. Look at that.
I've just arrived at Nantwich on a site for Moorfield plant, Archie. Now, I think Crowe came out to this the other day on Friday, it's now Monday morning, and the bolts have come loose. All of them. And they've actually worn into the frame. So I've got some new bolts, and then I'm probably going to have to weld the head of the bolt there to this top deck, because it's probably worn the holes into that I-beam there. I did repair one of these when I was at Hertz. It was quite a nice job, one of the first jobs I did with Baz before we did the YouTube camera jobbies. So I'll crack on, I'll come back to you when we're up and running. Right, so we just boxed this off. We've had another quick scoop round the machine, see if there's any loose bolts anywhere. And I have actually welded as much as I can around the front face bolts. There was some at the back, and I did have to cut them holes out of there. As you can see, they weren't done when whoever welded that on top wasn't us. Just not finished the job off quite right, so we could make the fitter's life a little bit easier. So that's done for next time. If there is a next time, hopefully not. But you just never know. Hopefully everyone can get up and running. Just going to get back on machine and screen this, if you can call it topsoil. Topsoil. Right, next job. Now I'm back with this baler yet again. If you remember, this is one that me and Baz did the weld repair on the door. Still going strong. This time it has decided to rip the hinges off
the door and the baler itself, which isn't ideal. So what I've done is I've cut another one of these for it that's in the van on the plasma yesterday, nipped, and got a template of that. And then I'm going to put an extra, I'm going to take that off, weld it back up, grip it properly. Same with that, put a prep on these though this time, so you've got something to weld into. That does actually sit on the door. And then we're going to add another hinge plate here. Customer's got new pins. Proper pins this time. Bit better than the square bar that we welded on. Well, that the customer did. So this is today's job. Well, this morning's job. That pin is also stuck, and so is that one. So they're going to be fun to get out. This one's free-ish. Yeah. It'll go away a little love tap. So I'll stick camera on and get it boxed off. Done, dusted. I V-prep these back, so there's like about 6 runs in there, 3 that side, 2 on the edges, and then same with this part here. As you can see, there is 7 runs total in that top side, and there's 3 underneath. It's a little bit difficult to get to, but we've sorted it. Now the guys here are going to take these pins back out and get some grease nipples put in, drill some holes so they can grease these pins. It's a nice little job, I'm happy with that. We were going to put another lug on it, but the customer didn't want me to, so he was happy with that repair rather than strengthening up that a little bit more. So the lads are going to get back to baling these mattresses, and I'm going to get back to the yard.
So this bucket's nearly ready for collection now to go back up to Scotland. We're just adding some extra gussets in there to go to the hangars. Nice little job by Friday Frank. We've also changed the lock pins to 10.9s, M20 be 10.9s. Then bosses and pins are drilled to 21mm. Alright Frank, do you want to turn this bucket? Do you want to do a turn on it? Are you alright like that? Fill them up a bit and we might turn it a little bit, yeah? How do you like the Jurassic?
It's mint, to be fair. It is really good. I noticed on the other side and all, halfway through a weld, it must have been a bit of paint or something, and it turned voltage up for me. It made it go higher, so it would just burn straight through it.
Not so sure if it done that on, if it was water that, do you know what I mean? It probably just felt like that to you, do you know? But that welder, now Frank, I'm going to give that to you, right? So that is your welder. And I might get another one, because it's good, innit? Yeah? 500 amp Jurassic. I did say a few chapters back, should I give this new welder to Frank? And a lot of people within the comments said, yeah, Frank should get his own welder. I mean, we've got plenty of Kempies, haven't we? But
yeah.
We just like to,
welders to use it.
We like to mix it up a bit. So I might get another 500 amp Jurassic. All right. So that is yours. Nobody else wants to be using that welder. All right. Basically, that extraction unit as well, really, that needs to be yours. All right. Every time on the gun, remember, extraction, earth head, yeah? We have got some good news on extraction. I'll go into more detail when it lands. Proper thing though that's coming. So yeah, you done well on that, Frank. I'll ring Trev up now. Trev, if you're watching, I'm going to give you a call in a minute, bud. This bucket will be ready for collection by the end of play today, and you can arrange collection to get it back up to Scotland. Although we are going up to Scotland tomorrow, me, Cal and Frank. We're going to Jones Brothers site. Coming with a black eye the other day, that kid. We're going to Jones Brothers. We're going to go to repair 2 loading shovel buckets, replace the edges on 2 loading shovel buckets. Now then, they only want a quick job doing, so we're going for an arrowhead edge, 40mm. So we've just got these on the trailer, prepped, ready for welding. The buckets have actually got teeth on them. The loading shovel buckets have teeth on them, and I think they do need a few repairs. So we're going to set the Archer gouging. We're going to set 2 vans. We'll take Cal's van and we'll take Blue. Cal can do 1 bucket, I'll do the other. And we'll take Frank just to help out. It's always handy having a helping hand when it comes to doing welding on site. Even if you're just grinding, passing, it speeds the job up massively. And the director's just turned up. I don't know what he wants, but there he is. There's a swift look at him. What do you think of his number plate? I don't think you could get a better number plate for being the director of WELDERFABBER, could you? It didn't cost us that much either. We did something with a DVLA. What did we do, director? What did we do to get that number plate?
We had to apply for it, didn't you? And then it goes on auction. No bid on it, so happy days. So
yeah, DVLA, you put the number in that you want. If it's not out there, it basically goes for auction, and then if nobody bids on it, you can get it. I think we only give like a grand, 500 quid. 500 quid for the perfect plate for the director. So Cal's just taking a bit of weight out of his van. I'll pull the trailer, and we'll set off early doors in the morning. And I just want to give a big shout out to Dan, our manager at Driven Talent, because he's the man that told us that we could do that and did it for us. So cheers, Dan, from Driven Talent. Driven PR. And he's a good social media manager to have on your side. Believe me, he's helped us out massively through this past 18 months. So since the ripper repair we did, another one's come in. And they want the same setup as that basically. They want a shank welding onto that rather than an adapter, which is there. So I'll have to get a bit of 40mm plate and basically cut my own nose to fit a tooth that I get for it. So I'll get a Futura rock chisel tooth or something like that instead of just a normal tooth, and try and make that into a good ripper that's more solid than that anyway, as you'll see in the coming videos. Belting little set there from Phil Weeks, Whisper. Anyone just hooks up to that and takes it out with him when we need power on site. Lightweight, quiet. And we have got the newer one to that, which is a bit noisier. That came on demo and our Dan has decided to buy it. And everyone's just gone home, and we've just got the van loaded for Scotland tomorrow. So we'll set off nice and early. Me, Callum and Frank. We're going to, I think it's New Cumnock where, now then New Cumnock will bring back lots of memories for me in Scotland. Just making sure we got everything loaded. New Cumnock is where I learnt to weld as a kid. Cumnock and New Cumnock and Ayrshire or up around that way in Scotland on open cast coal mines. First thing I learnt to do was stick welding, hard facing on buckets. So it might bring a few memories back on the journey. Me and my old fellow driving up there most weekends as a kid. Loved it. Used to sleep on cabin floor. Up there on a Friday night, come back Sunday night. Loved it. So I've got 2 loading shovel buckets to do for Jones Brothers. So we've just done all the rams. We've sent all the rams off before we set off, and make sure we're all good to go on that front before we get to site. And we'll set off at 5 o'clock in the morning. So it might be a long shift, I don't know yet, we'll see how these loading shovel buckets are when we get to site. Like I did mention earlier, we are just putting the arrowheads on for a quick repair on these buckets. Gouge the teeth off, nothing fancy, quick job, cut off, weld on, get back. That's easier said than done, as you'll find out very shortly. Let's get to Scotland. Just a quick one. It is now 5 AM in the morning. Before we set off, I don't think I mentioned this bucket being finished because it is being collected today to go back up to Scotland. For Trev. So I'd just like to give a big shout out to Trev for sending this down, because it could have gone many other places than here. And once again, our Friday Frank, who has just picked me up this morning. I leave the Defender at home and we go out on road trips, if possible, so it's not sat outside the workshop. Nice little job by Frank again. Just put a new pin and lock in that tooth as it had a bolt in it. Good bucket, to be fair. Good bucket. We have a lot of buckets in for repair at the moment and other attachments. It's all time to get on the road. 3.5, 4 hour drive I'd say now up to New Cumnock. And I love little road trips like this. Bring a packed lunch, plenty of butties, plenty of munch. And yeah, I just like a good little road trip before we start a job. And our cows just turned up. Let's hit the road.